and welcome to the David Tomsic Show, fighting tyranny one day at a time. It's Monday, May 5th, 2025. Today we're going to be discussing the impeachment of Donald Trump. Now, there are a growing number of people out there that want to impeach President Donald J. Trump. I'm one of them. Now, it's not all just left-wing radicals. It's not left-wing ideologues. It's not bomb-throwing Democrats. A lot of these people are conservative Republicans. A lot of them, and maybe many more of them, are independents. They realized that they got the wool pulled over their eyes. They were lied to. What were the odds of that? Well, 100%. And now they have what we call here in the business buyer's remorse. But we can't go back. I accept these folks. If you want to come and join us, if you want to join our revolution here, join our battle against tyranny, you're welcome into this camp. And today I got a few articles that's going to kind of prove what I'm saying and prove that, yeah, there was a mistake made here, a big one. The first article is from a magazine called Telos. It's written by Mark Kesselman. He's the professor of political science at the University of Columbia of New York. Now, the title of the article is The Very Definition of Tyranny, Donald Trump's Attempted Coup. James Madison somberly noted in the Federalist paper number 47 that the accumulation of all powers, legislative, executive, and judiciary, into the same hands may justly be described as the very definition of tyranny. Madison's words are more relevant today than ever, given Donald J. Trump's actions since beginning his second presidential term. One should not dismiss as hyperbole a recent cover of The Economist portraying Trump wearing a crown and headlined, "The Would-Be King." America was repeatedly warned of the risk of a coup d'etat if Trump were to regain power. That was me too. Trump's first presidency was an alarming display of authoritarianism, cruelty, and, of course, corruption. The risks of his re-election were clear, compounded by his prescient proclamation that he intended to seize dictatorial power and pursue retribution on the first day of his second term. However, despite anticipating the dangers of his re-election, which in fact was achieved by a very close margin, the reality has been far more disturbing and exhausting than expected. Yet the flood of authoritarian measures, many illegal or unconstitutional, others, while legal, nonetheless constitute both an assault on political norms of restraint and on progressive political, economic, and social reforms adopted since the New Deal, should not obscure their central aim, the accumulation of all powers, that is, an attempted coup d'etat to undermine American democracy. These are the words we should all be hearing right now. I believe that Donald Trump is a clear and present danger to our democracy. Now, the Wall Street Journal had their say in this as well. If you don't know the Wall Street Journal, it's the flagship of the American right. It's the main paper of the billionaire class, the corporate elites, and they gave Donald Trump a shot across the bow. Now, it published an op-ed, and the op-ed was not written by anybody from the left wing. It was written by a guy named Holman W. Jenkins Jr. Now, he's a conservative columnist for the Wall Street Journal. Now, he's been defending Republican candidates and their policies for decades. And he had some remarks that did not make Donald Trump happy. Basically, Jenkins is saying that Trump's tariffs and his tariff war are a disaster and can cause destruction to the American economy. Now, he says that Trump is pushing the United States and China towards a total trade freeze. And my part of this is a possible decoupling of the two economies, which is even worse. He believes that this will be extraordinarily disastrous for our economy. Investors are already losing faith in the United States as a stable and sane place to put their money. And the courts will soon have to weigh in on whether Trump's trade war is even legal or constitutional. More importantly, Jenkins says, is that impeachment may be the least bad option remaining. It may even be desirable to restore America's standing with its creditors and trade partners. Now, I'm going to chime in here. I've talked about this, how important our trade partners are, how important they are to America and our success. Trump has burned those bridges. He's burned down all the connections we have to Canada, to Mexico, and of course now to Europe. A lot of folks don't like this, and Jenkins goes on to say the power brokers are fed up. For them, it's not about Trump being an authoritarian or a wannabe dictator. It's not about the mass deportation schemes. Now, of course, I care about those things, and many of you do as well. But for these billionaire investors, for the people that control the strings of power, they don't care about that stuff. What they care about is their own power, their own money. So Jenkins goes on to say that Trump is threatening the U.S.'s place at the center of global finance. That's what scares the poop out of these guys. The billionaire class doesn't like it because their wealth is not just about stocks or dollars. It's about the dollar being the world's reserve currency, a safe haven for capital and a safe haven for investors in times of crisis. That's where all their power is. That's what lets them dictate terms to the rest of the world, and Trump is setting fire to that. They believe he has become too unstable to protect the very system they rely on. Now, over the few years I've been on this channel, I've tried to explain to people how the world works and how the American system is built around the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. It's the basis of our power. It's made us rich. It's made us the wealthiest nation in the world. The standard of living we have, in spite of those of you that think that it's all gone and Joe Biden destroyed it and we have nothing and we got to take it all back because everybody's after us. Nobody likes us. They're ripping us off. They're not respecting us. For those of you that think that, you're listening to crazy talk. The United States has never had a real bad deal. We sometimes give more than we take, sometimes. But in the end, we make out. We've always made out. Geniuses around the world who have dealt with trade and with finance all say that. They all laugh at us in America who truly believe that we're being taken advantage of in trade or anything else. We're not. It's the way the system was built. And those billionaires, the people that pull all the strings, are not happy with Donald Trump right now because he's burning down the very bridges they built that were built over 80 years for them to be the powerhouses they are, to have control over global finance. Right now, less and less countries are investing in America. Less and less billionaire investors are investing in America because it's no longer stable. And as they said, it's no longer a sane place to put their money. Donald Trump has destabilized not only America, but the rest of the world. Now, as the U.S. dollar begins to fall and waver a bit, other countries see blood in the water. China is one of them. No, the yuan won't be the world reserve currency tomorrow. It's not about that. It's about a grouping, a basket of currencies that are now being used to trade with. Not using the dollar is what everyone is going to do. They're going to move away from the dollar as unstable, as America is being unstable, because our leader is unstable. They will trade together. They will trade with each other. Japan, who holds about 1.1 trillion of our treasuries, is now starting to sell them because we've cornered them. China, the second leading owner of treasuries, is selling them. This is going to continue if the bleeding's not stopped. This will help degrade the U.S. dollar even more. Donald Trump doesn't understand this because he is at war with everybody. He is building this new great America, making America great again. Now, as crazy as all that is, the world's not going to allow this. The world's not going to allow Donald Trump to rule them as much as he wants to. They're going to move on. It may take 6 months, a year, 2 years, but they will move on from America. The building blocks are already there. It just takes someone to put them together. And China and the BRICS nations are more than happy to do that. We have lost our power. We are losing the trade war. And Donald Trump must be impeached for it. He must be impeached for his crimes against this country. He must be impeached for what he has done, for attacking our Constitution, for trying to overthrow our democracy. He must be removed. And the only way to do that is through impeachment. I support it, and I'm sure more and more people will as our economy crumbles, as our way of life crumbles, as we become bigger and bigger laughingstocks around the world. It's time to move on from Donald Trump. It's time to let this guy go. We don't need a dictator. We have 3 branches of government. We just need a president that can work with Congress, work with the judiciary, and work with the rest of the world to build a better way of life for everyone. That's all the time I have. God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And again, go over to my sister channel, Nights Around the Fire. We're working on a new video this week. That should be maybe released next week. You'll love it. If you're tired of all the political talk, the economics, and all the bad news, go to the Nights Around the Fire. Get lost in all the conspiracy theories and mysteries that surround us in this world. Take a break, enjoy yourself, and then you can come back to reality. I'll have a link in the description box to that channel. Again, God bless you and thank you, and I'll see you next time on your favorite channel for news, analysis, and commentary, The David Tomsic Show.